Hello and welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the third game of this week's Tier Monster Challenger Cup. We've had to sub out. Target has had to go and deal with all of the jokes that we were making about, obviously, food and get some for himself. And joining me is Lord WizKid.
Hello. Alright, we're already into the picks and bans, as you can see on your screen, and we see Cirquette is going to be the first ban out from the side of Burly Men. Interesting ban, but again, not that interesting. She's just very strong. You don't want to fight a good Cirquette. Simple as, really, right now.
Yeah, and I mean, she's one of the top jungle picks, so it just makes sense, doesn't it? It's just like, right, we don't want to deal with this, we don't want you guys having it, remove it, handled, not a problem. It's off the board, and coming through with any more of our P's and B's. Ooh, there's actually going to be interesting stuff banned away. Hell, obviously making its way onto the ban list as well, because... Hey, that rhymed! Hey, that rhymed! Anyway, Hell making a way onto the ban list as well, because it's Hell, right? It's no one wants to deal with Hell, and the nerfs to all the healing and whatnot. And, well, it's interesting to note that Hell's on the ban list, and it's purely because Odin is as well.
Yeah, I mean, her main thing is the fact that since Weakening Curse got nerfed, she's become a lot stronger. She still doesn't have the best early game. You can still kill her early on, but that's the only point you can, really. So it gets a little bit problematic there. Khepri banned because he's super strong. Odin banned because it's most likely that Burly Men want to pick up a healer. Ao Kwong then picked up for the side of Burly Men because he wasn't banned out. Super strong pick currently, followed by Geb and Sun Wukong for the side of Winterset.
Yeah, I really like that second round of drafting as well. You took away the Ao Kwong, you got something really nice for yourself. We're going to take something we perceive as equally strong. The interesting thing is that they've gone ahead with the Sun Wukong. Obviously, Sun Wukong, really, really strong solo pick. He just clears well, right? And it's like, what do you pick into Sun Wukong? Well, I actually really, really like Hades as a nice counter pick, but I believe we've got a second round of drafting starting to come through.
Yep, I mean, we saw the Giannis and Athena coming out from the side of Burly Men again. Giannis picked because he's got such a huge amount of rotational ability, and Athena picked rotational ability yet again. Neith was actually, I think, picked to counteract that slight rotational by the fact that she's got the ultimate which can go around and stun anyone anywhere on the map as long as there's no one else getting in the way. Makes a lot of sense to pick her, and then they immediately ban out Medusa as the sort of, I want to make sure that this Neith could be safe on her own, clear in the lane, and doesn't have to worry about anyone against her.
Yeah, well, going through with our second round of banning, it's going to be Thor and Medusa. It's really interesting to see the Thor banned out, but there's already been so many jungle bans already, or potential jungle bans, all three of them coming from the Burly Men. I mean, Sakat, obviously jungle, Thor, obviously jungle, but Odin, I mean, it's real potential, especially with what they already have on the board. But, I mean, it was one of their first round of bans. But, hey, that's a lot taken away from the jungle, so I think Thor is just like, hey, this guy's consistent, let's just remove it, keep it off the table, because we've already got Ao Kwong.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. Remove the Thor. It also slows down their ability to move around. As you can see, when Burly Men's gone for a very movement-oriented style, I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe even see an Apollo coming out for their ADC or something along those lines. Whereas, and so they're trying to get as much of the rotational ability as possible while shutting it down for Winterset as hard as possible themselves. And it's worked out quite well for them. Although they have picked up a couple of points here, it is definitely in their favor. Isis is picked up for Winterset to finish for the fourth pick. She's quite a good mid laner, does really well, and as I said, the Apollo pick coming out for the Burly Men.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right? Bologna made it this far through the draft. That's curious to say the least. But Bologna versus Sun Wukong. Talk me about that solo lane matchup coming through, TM.
Well, Bologna versus Sun Wukong is kind of a little bit difficult, but I actually still say that Sun Wukong wins that, just because he only really needs his abilities, as per se. He doesn't need the wave clear from the... Well, he doesn't need his basic attacks to be able to clear the wave as much, especially sort of after about level 5 or so, maybe level 6, once the Cudgel's level 3. once it gets to that point, he's pretty much guaranteed to clear the wave. He's not going to be having to worry about using base attacks to finish off the last couple of minions, and even if he does, he still has his 2 available. Bellona, she's mainly picked because she's just a fairly solid thing to be able to stay. But we could even see, we haven't seen it for a long time, but it could be an Alquang solo, possibly. Just
Could
maybe.
be.
Very unlikely, but it could happen.
I mean, Alquang, you're talking about mage into Sun Wukong. The only mage I want to be dealing with Sun Wukong with is Hades, and that's only because of his clear plus sustain on the 1-2. So that's very unlikely. I think Bellona's just going to match up better. And the problem with him as well is the super squishiness into a Sun Wukong. The amount of pressure that he can put down on your lane early, it's just you can't reciprocate anything.
Yeah. One thing we didn't mention as well is that Winterset decided to finish off their final pick by going with Bastet. So finishing that off, getting all around. Cat Lady, quite strong, especially against gods who can't move. Unfortunately, Bunny Men can move a lot.
Yeah, that's a problem that she's going to have. Well, they needed to find a jungler somewhere, I guess.
They could have gone for... Well, they could have gone for Kabrakan, indeed. They could have gone for Humbat. That would have been quite a good one, especially to deal with someone like an Alquang. In fact, even quite a tanky person in the jungle could be quite a good idea, so they could have maybe moved their Wukong into the jungle if they wanted to, or they could have put someone else like a Fenrir in there as well. There's a lot of different ways that they could have done that, but Bastet, I think, is probably just a safe pick. I know I can play this well, I'm going to play it well, and I'm going to have fun playing it.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your draft for this game. So, bear with us. We're going to be back in just a couple minutes as we do make our way into the game to bring you all the best of Burly Men up against Winterset. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Burly Men up against Winterset again, of course, Ranconius and Lord WizKid to bring you all the sensationally pun-filled action that is this casting duo.
This is indeed going to be a very punny game, but we will try and keep it down on the down low so you guys don't have to leave in the first 10 minutes. Maybe the first
I'm tempted.
5. First 5.
I'm tempted.
But we have to try and keep it at least sane enough for the first 5 minutes.
I mean, there's a lot we can do with this one. Anyway, Burly Men, Winterset are going to be your 2 teams coming to us all the way from the Burly Men duo lane. It is going to be not 2 Burly Men, unfortunately. It is going to be Fatal, and Junipera is going to be your support on the Apollo and Athena, respectively. In the mid lane, it is going to be Booty Called Jones on the Giannis in the jungle, moving around the map, forging him wiles. It's going to be Panicat on Alquang, and finally rounding us out, it is going to be Puckham over in the solo lane on the Bellona.
Yeah, and then over on the side of Winterset, we're going to have Neath being played by Wolven and Cognate playing Geb. Over in the mid lane, we see Boomslank is going to be playing Isis, and Mortblicken, however you want to pronounce that name, is going to be playing Bastet. And finally, over in the solo lane, Zoravet1 is going to be playing Sun Wukong.
Yeah, so the thing that first immediately stands right out to me once we get into the game, it didn't actually occur to me until just a couple of seconds ago, in fact, when I was starting to look specifically at the gods that were in this game, is how aggressive Winterset's composition is.
Yeah, Winterset's composition is very aggressive in the early sort of game, but to make up for that, they do lack a little bit of late game damage in the sort of Neath. They don't have that much in the Bastet either, and although she can be very potent, she gets dropped a little bit just because most often they'll have their sprint up or some way to escape fairly easily from those cats, those slows that she puts out. So it's a very aggressive early sort of comp, but you want to be seeing them win in the first sort of 20 to 25 minutes, otherwise they're going to start having some serious problems, and if they start losing this early game, it's going to be very problematic for them. Bunny Men, though, seem to be farming slightly more efficiently. You can see they're ever so slightly ahead in the gold, but that's only a very small difference this early on. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, have a look though at Bastet. She's starting to head towards this left-hand side. They are pushed up a long way from the side of Burly Men, so they're very vulnerable to a big gank right here. Down goes the Declaw, Razor Whip. It's all trying to land. Well, Brooklyn does find a nice bit of damage on towards Fatal. And, well, first exchanges over on that side of things, but now look at Panda Cat in the mid lane. He wanted to go aggressive and did find some nice poke on a Boomslang. That's buying Booty Call Jones a nice bit of space here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, and it actually forced away the Isis into the tower, making sure that she didn't lose any more health, because she was already sitting on about half health, having to use a health bot just to keep herself alive and being able to keep in this lane for any longer. Otherwise, she probably would have actually had to back. You can see that Booty Call Jones is already finishing off the wave very quickly with his...
Ooh, ultimate actually from him is going to go towards the right-hand side. Zorvet is up on towards cloud number 9. See if he can land back down and get safely underneath that tower. Does successfully do so. No mana ball to speak of, but all of those trades early on, Puckham's winning them out. I know Puckham, he's such a strong player, they're going to look to dive.
Yeah, they're going to look to dive, and the ultimate from Alquan's going to come out. That's first blood coming out on the Sun Wukong, and I think I am in denial. Bologna is winning her lane.
It's Puckham. Puckham's doing such a good job. I mean, I thought he was actually a European player previously, because I'd seen him in a couple of European tournaments, but this is obviously North America, so either he's in Europe and playing with Ping and capably doing so, or he's actually from America and was playing in some of the EGL tournaments.
Yeah, he is NA, he's just playing a couple of tournaments in EU, probably with a few friends, but I mean, this is looking quite good for Burly Men. Like I said earlier, this was an early game team coming out from Winterset, and they didn't get the first blood. It was a really nice rotation from the side of Panda Cat, just to make sure.
Calic doesn't want a Fatal. Fatal's dead. There's cats all over his face, and they took a nice big chomp out of him. They're still looking to go on towards Junipera, who's just like, hey kitties.
Yeah, just, the cats always chase people. These cats just love biting everyone. In the mid lane, we do see. I don't quite know who stole that and took that away. I assume it was Burly Man, but no, we'll have to see. Back up in the right hand side, it looks like Puckham's going to get caught out a little bit here because Basset's rotated over. Stun from the Sun Wukong coming out. Neath ulti as well. Ultimate's going to be used, and she should just be able to get out, but again, going to finish her off with the knockup. Panda Cat's still here, going to force her to use the blink away. Isis ultimate actually came out as well. Not going to be in any effect, however.
And that's on cooldown now from Boomslang. That's a lot of potential to really, if they get maybe one kill on the left-hand side of the map, look at a Golden Fury, bait them in, and secure that second kill with the Circle of Protections. But it's down now. I was really, really curious to see that one come out. Long cooldown, sitting at 90 seconds, so interesting to see how that one is paid for in the next couple of minutes. But the Burly Men, obviously, with the man down in the mid lane, on the right-hand side of things, not able to hugely punish, and that's the crucial factor.
Yeah, luckily it shouldn't matter too much, and it'll be back up for the next fight, hopefully for them. We'll just have to see. But you can see now, as I said, the Wukong's starting to win his lane a little bit more. Bologna's struggling to actually do anything, because as soon as she goes into her 2, the Wukong then goes into his stun form and slows in and stops the Bologna from doing the hammer. She can't clear as well, but she's still doing an insane amount of poke to the Wukong underneath his tower. He's actually forced to go back and allowing Puckham to go and try and invade the enemy jungle, but there's nothing there to invade.
Oh, unlucky for Puckham, but what he has successfully been able to do here is force his opposite number into a teleport, and it's on cooldown as well, 90 seconds. It was recently used to get Zoravet back in towards his lane, and he's already had to burn it, well, not be able to burn it and miss out on a bunch of golden XP, and this has allowed the rotations to come through from Puckham. But unfortunately for him, he's going to be standing on top of a ward, won't really get that gank off, but look at where Bastet is.
Yep, she's already taken half of her health by just walking into the lane. Gets over here just to try and do anything. I think her ultimate actually going to come out. Panda Cat looking for damage onto the Geb. He's going to fight quite a lot. The ultimate is available. He's going to try and use it. Actually did get it off, but it's not going to get the execute. And actually he's starting to take a lot of damage. Really nice combination with the Isis Spirit Ball and the jump. And he's going to get a double kill for the Basset, and now Boomslang is going to finish off Booty Call Jones. Athena is very low, but going to get a double kill with the shield wall, and now Sun Wukong is going to finish her off with the minions and the magic cudgel.
Wow, just such an extended trade. At the end of all that, all things considered, I actually thought that was going to wind up being a lot worse. But Winterset able to really snowball it back. That repounce back in, that was so crucial from Big One.
Yeah, the pounce back in was really good, but I think the best bit of that fight for me was Athena getting a double kill with her shield wall. When does that usually happen? It's Junipera for you. She will always do something ridiculous like that. Well, actually on the left lane, Fatal's taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, but everyone is significantly rotating towards that left-hand side of the map. Panda Cat's already got that lead backwards from her. The backflip's gone. He might look to ult. He's not even going to continue to go for that one. Lick of damage left on towards Wolven, and Junipera might come in looking for a third kill.
Yeah, going to be looking for another kill, going to dash in, looking for the shield wall, is going to find it, and that's going to be another kill. Going to Junipera, she's in a bit of a problem though, going to be forced to ultimate out, I don't think she's got enough. No Bastards going to finish her off with the pounce in. So, a little bit risky, kill for a kill. I think it's still slightly worth it, even though that was actually quite a hefty amount of gold going to her.
And I think the important part about that being most worth was that Geb had to burn his ultimate to kill her off, right? Cataclysm's now on cooldown as well. And it's just burning all these spells from the side of Winterset to try and secure up kills. They're the aggressive team, and they're the ones getting aggressed on. This meta, for me, really, really suits Junipera's playstyle. So we've always seen her on things like Ymir, things forced to buy Blink. Oh,
left lane.
Dashing in.
Oh, Panda Cat forced to use the ultimate just to try and save his damage. Not going to be enough though. Athena has come in over here though. Bass is taking huge amounts of damage. The Pounce is down and just trying to dodge around. Going to get hit by the Unstable Vortex, and that should be the end of her. Still dodging actually. Finally the minion wave finishes her off. But Isis and Letha over here with full health, full mana, and also both of their ultimates. They are ready to go in if they need to. Actually need to use her ultimate. Taunt going to come out, hitting Boomslang. That's an insane amount of damage onto Boomslang. That could be him going down.
Teleport is actually available for SWK if he wants to rejoin on towards this one. Just gonna get out as the Isis. Everyone lives at the end of that trade. That's not. How the heck did that happen?
That was just a really good wing dust, and I think someone on Birdie Man miscommunicated thinking they were going to get it. Taunt going to come out again. Wolven is taking so much damage from the shield wall. Junipera going to get knocked into the side of the map. Cataclysm is going to come out as well. She doesn't have any mana to get away. If Wolven can find a good route, this could be the end of Junipera. But she's doing some really good dodging. That's the dash, and that's the escape from her as well.
And then turns around and tries to clear out the minions as well. Really good job. Junipera on a roll. I like this meta and I like her playstyle. We've previously seen her on a lot more immobile gods.
Alpong actually getting caught out, trying to gank the right lane. Did actually force the jump away. Not going to be able to find much damage onto the Bastet though. So I think this is probably just going to be a disengage. Little bit of there was a little bit of back scratching going on there with the Basset, and they're going to be again near the mid lane. Actually going to get a lot more damage on this time. The slow doesn't quite hit the Basset though. Taking quite a lot of damage. Giannis does have his unstable vortex portal if he unstable vortex if he wants to use it. Not going to do it though. Taunt going to come out, and that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, Spirit Ball was dropped. That was a crucial time. Spirit Ball coming through from Boomslank. If he doesn't land that one there, they look to die. But what this has successfully done for the side of the Burly Men is it's given them access to these mid camps. Athena ultimate getting charged up. Where's she heading? She's heading towards Apollo. They're going to look for the turret dive, and Taunt comes through here. Junipera finds another one, and she is absolutely wrecking people this game at 4-2-2.
Yeah, she's doing incredibly well. She's got a lot of farm. In fact, she's probably one of the highest farmed on her team. Certainly, yeah, she's sitting much further ahead than the Apollo, who's had a couple of issues, got caught out quite a bit and had to sit back. But he is still ahead of his... well, actually, he's nearly even with his enemy Hunter. Not quite ahead, but getting close to it. Yeah, if we actually have a look at the network, you can see that Apollo's the lowest in the game currently, unfortunately. He's just had a lot of problems. He hasn't been able to last hit, he hasn't been able to be in his wave a lot. He's been fighting so much in this left-hand lane that he's just too far behind in gold.
Yeah, and obviously supports, especially Junipera, are able to roam around and participate in a lot of those kills. Look at Geb's score at 1-1-5 as well. And because Neath has the ultimate ability to sort of be a part of things from well away.
Actually, on the left hand,
Cataclysm Fatal is getting focused out a lot more.
Yep, and that's another kill going to the side of Winterset. Also, it went underneath, and it's going to mess the Apollo up even more, and now this disparity between them is going to increase even greater. Bastet and Geb are rolling together, clearing out this Sentry Ward of Gold Fury, but Buddymen want to actually try and fight this. Panicat taking quite a bit of poke damage from the Bastet.
And I mean, they have the ability to poke them off here, because as soon as Fatal gets back up as well, he can just ult straight on in. Something as well, I was also chatting to Junipero in the weeks leading up to the starting of the Challenge Cup. This, from what I've heard, isn't their main roster of the Burly Men as well. But still, they're looking consistent. Yeah, sure, Fatal's getting focused out quite heavily, because I don't think they can really gank anywhere else at this period of time. He's just sort of the most open, the most vulnerable. That's the thing about being in this long lane, is it's the longest lane. It's the longest distance between two towers. It's the longest distance between where you might be pushed up and your safe point.
Well, not just that, but if you actually have a look at every single other one, as we see a little bit of damage coming out in the mid lane, Unsilver Vortex is going to rip off about half of Isis's health. Diana's going to force away. There is the Isis ultimate on the floor, going to heal him up a little bit. Panicat taking quite a bit of damage, actually looking to get the slow off, does get it, but doesn't have anything else. Junipero finally going to be finished off by the knockup. Great Alcon ultimate is going to get the regen for that. Apollo going to rotate over. Bastet in a little bit of a bad situation. Yana's going to portal through the wall. Alcon going to fall down, not on the enemy team though, and now Fatal just needs to back off because he's all on his own.
Yeah, and he will manage to get out of there. I really would have liked to have seen actually the re-engage from Pelican.
Well, actually on the right-hand side, we see Songwukong going into his ultimate, forcing Puckham to use his own ultimate, and I think that's just going to be another disengage. But it was quite close. Puckham actually going to get stopped backing just a little bit by just a tiny tap on the side.
That's the ability the clone has, just like, nope, 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 you're hanging around.
That
There's nothing you can do here.
That clone actually follows anything and anyone. He will follow Loki while stealth.
Oh, Panicat was looking for it, not quite able to get in range, and that'll actually buy Puckham a nice bit of time. He'll get out of here this time around. Look at the left-hand side of things again. Fatal's drawing a lot of people over here, but the crucial factor to keep in the back of your mind is look at the difference between these two teams. We're getting towards that. We're starting to get towards that mid-game point. Isis hits a big spike, then falls off. Bastet hits a big spike, then falls off. Neath, big spike, then falls off. They have to make it worth in this next couple of minutes, and I think the Gold Fury is going to be crucial to that.
Yeah, this is what I like to call the teamfight stage. It's between the 15 to 25 minute mark, and that's where you usually see the early teamfights of which the mid-game gods will win fairly well. So most of Winterset will have a very good sort of advantage here, and they've done even better by forcing Fatal much further behind. So he's going to be even later to actually activate, but on the left-hand side we're going to see Wolven forced to use the backflip away after Junipero used her... No, actually just walked towards them and did a lot of damage, but the first tower of the game is going to fall down on this right-hand side as Parkham clears it away.
I mean, he's just been absolutely outlaning the opposite number. Look at the difference between the two of them. It's 800 gold, right? Puckham's doing so well, and the important part is that almost levels up the gold. There's less than 300 gold difference between these two teams.
Yeah.
A little bit of variance around that as the waves are cleared out. And again, come back to that. Arkwong's going to start scaling up. Giannis already starting to hit those item spikes. He's got that Chronos Pendant online. That's probably going to be a Soul Reaver, I'm going to assume, for his second item, with a Spear of the Magus I do expect to come through from Panicat. So there's a nice bit of penetration and damage coming through from both of them.
Well, I mean, we are seeing these sort of mid-game Book of Thoths being built, so that could also go into a Book of Thoth, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Soul Reaver just to try and get the damage out. But it could go either way depending on what it is, and depending on how Bootical Jones likes to build his Giannis. Basset going to be Athena in the jungle, just going to dash away, doesn't really want to do anything. Ice Spirit Ball comes out. Over on the left-hand side though, Fatal gets knocked out of the dash.
Yeah, and there's going to be a challenge. The ultimate actually up from Athena. She's going into the roads. The rest of the team, Boomslank, is in a little bit of trouble. They do manage to secure him off. Now it's going to be on towards that SWK as well. Don't quite manage to secure him, but it's going to be one back in exchange for Bastet. She picks up one, but the rest of the team has already fallen out. Cognate going to rotate in, but he's taken so much damage here. He's got to be careful. Managed to back off. This could be the first Gold Fury.
Yeah, Panicat already put him on half health. He can't really invade, and he now knows that Panicat will be able to blow him up with his next combo. There's nothing that he can do about it. So Burly Men are just going to try and start this Gold Fury right now. Winterset going to try and stop them. There is a Neath with full health, full mana here. They're going to Blinking use a Cataclysm. Burly Men do take the Gold Fury, and now that's going to be a dead Geb. Great Giannis ultimate as well, going to hit the Sun Wukong. Alcon going to land on top of him and finish off Wolven on no help as well. Panacat going to get a triple kill. And the Gold Fury. Big win for Burly Man.
That's a Gold Fury and a huge win, immediately racing out to a 2,500 gold lead, and importantly, 3 kills onto that Alcon that wasn't doing too bad as well. He's now gone from 3-2-2 up to 6-2-2. Lots of gold in that pocket. He's now bigger than the Bastat, and that's a huge problem. Spear of the Magus online, Tier 3 beads, Bancroft's Talon. This might be a Soul Reaver from him, and we might see the Book of Thoth actually coming through from Booty Call Jones.
Not to mention as well, Fatal was actually an assistant in all 3 of those kills. So that means that he's getting a little bit more back, he's getting more XP, he's getting more solo time, and he's able to take out this Tier 1 on the left-hand side as well. So now he's got even more gold, he's got even more XP, he's getting back to where he is, and he's even taken over the levels of against Neath, and even the gold by about 900 gold now, I think.
We actually saw an extended trade in towards the mid lane as well. Burly Men starting to get the upper hand in those ones, and they only had the support and the jungler. And this is the important part, right, is that Pandacat's up a level as well, but now look at Pokem, he wants to dive, down comes the through space, and look at the health bar shred on towards Boomslug. It is a Book of Thoth, you were correct on that one, and it is going to continue to scale him up towards the late game as well.
Yeah, it's going to get him a lot more damage, and he's also going to be able to stay in fights a whole lot longer. But Lona, though, taking doing quite a bit of damage to the Bastet. Bastet taking a lot. Geb Shield was used as well to keep her alive. Lona does still have her ultimate. Great stun coming in from Sun Wukong. They're focusing on Pokemon right now, but she does have an escape if needs be. She also has the Giannis portal away. They're going to focus the Wukong, force him to go up to his ultimate, and that's his clone already dead. Basset in the backline, nearly dead, finished off by Pokemon eventually, but Booty Call Jones taken out by the Geb. Now Pancat finished off by Boomflank, and a stun onto Fatal.
Now look at Fatal, he's forced to try and run away, try and get a kill off on towards Boomslang. The base coming out from Junipero, then immediately ulting back in. Pokem is incredibly low, great taunts, buying some nice space for a team. Fatal's still low as well, they might still look to continue for some more kills here from Winterset, the dodge out. Junipero's trying to get out of here. Fatal though, he might not live anywhere longer, but Soravet can't keep chasing, and Fatal's starting to kick in with that audacity and the lifesteal.
Yeah, the taunt comes through, Fatal still doing a lot of base attack damage, and he's looking for the Neath. Geb Shield comes out onto her. Looks like Geb is going to go down himself, but Pokem may even fall down first, just a tiny bit of healing, and now Fatal is going to finish him off. Wolven as well, going down to Pokem.
Winterset just over-chasing that one, over-committing when they already had the fight victory. They managed to get 3 kills straight up, and then, 2 kills straight up, and then just chase, and that's what made them pay. They lose their own mid tower in response, they lose everyone else in response. It's just terrible for them. They've got to stop chasing. They've got to take the advantages they have, because the trouble for them as well, and we've already said it a lot this game, and I do apologize for that, but it's time to come back to it. 20 minutes has just ticked over on the clock, and they had a fight victory. They needed to take that, secure an objective, and then go base, reset. Right? Why? Because they just gave their opposition a whole lot more gold by chasing, and that goes against their composition.
Well, I mean, you know how even it was earlier on? If you would kindly like to press F3 and have a look at the gold and XP difference currently, that's much bigger than it should be in favor of Burly Men. They aren't. This is going to be a lot more difficult for Winterset. You can see they're actually trying to force blow towers using Bastet ult, but she's going to get caught out, and that's going to be another kill to the side. Nice bounce away, but she's still dead. There's no way she's going to be alive. Force these cats as well, and those are now down.
And that's important to note as well, that they managed to get that kill without a single burned ultimate. But Mort Bicklin, whatever his name is, forced to use the cats to try and get that tower. I mean, he's split pushing, he's trying to get something online for his team, trades out a kill, trades out map pressure, and look at where everyone is on this map. If this Apollo was anywhere towards this right-hand side of the map, they would have just gone straight onto the fire giant.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they don't even need to. The Apollo's keeping the Neath there. Great Giannis ulti into this. Boomflank taking a lot of damage. Bologna ultimate over the top. Stone Shield used and beats as well. Taking a lot of damage though. Should be able to get away using the wing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, look at Zorovet, forced to use the ultimate. He's up on that cloud. In the meantime, they're still not rotating from over on the duo side of things. Zorovet's clone is low. That's what's trying to bait me in. But Panicat gets the execute on a Cognate, and now he's going to slam back down onto Boomslang. Double kill. He can keep diving underneath this tower. Zorovet's dead. That's a triple for him. That's another triple. Pays for it with his life. But hey, I'd take a triple kill for one life any day of the week.
Yep, 3 for 1's good by any measure, even though the Bastet did finish him off. He's also letting Fatal just do what he wanted on this left-hand side. Look how much tower damage he's done. That's sitting at about 1,000. And now the Gold Furies got started. Great taunt action, going to stop the cats from going out enough, but Beautiful Jones is still going to fall down. Bologna has to be careful, going to finish him off, getting rid of the cats as well. And now Gold Fury is going to be finished off. Neath is around. Puckham has to be careful. Gold Fury is going to be doing a bit of dancing outside. Puckham's going to fall though.
Gold Fury low, manages to be secured up by the Burly Man. Junipero might chase here. Just gonna opt to get out. Poccum made the incorrect choice in going a little bit forward. Small mistake, but they needed to zone so that Fatal can continue to lay safely down. Excuse me, the damage on towards that Gold Fury. Secures it up and continues that snowball into the lead. Taking a look at the graphs will net you the golden XP differences in exact numbers at 11.3k at this period in time. That's massive. Pandacat's capped out, but he's the only one, so almost all of that XP is actual XP lead.
Yeah, that is a huge XP lead. Usually you see it about 15,000 as the I can't come back from this sort of level, but it is still pretty big. We do see in the mid lane right now...
I'm not being subbed in yet, which is good.
Yeah, sorry about that. We do see that there's a bit of a grouping coming out from the side of Birdie Men in the mid lane. I think they want to look for a fight. Winterset know about it, so they're just backing off as soon as they can, sitting in the tier 2 tower in the middle lane. Just making sure they don't want to fight because they know they are most likely going to lose it. Junipero going to taunt in.
Well, it's two fights isolated a little bit out at this period of time. Pandacat's actually got a long way forward. He's going to get zoned out. Almost dead. Will go down to the dot damage, but it's going to be a trade out, a 1-for-1. And it's going to be Booty Call Jones that gets him off. But where's the next pick going to be made? Because they've got so much of a fight advantage at this point in time from Burlyman.
Yeah, maybe go onto the Gev, who's going to be forced to use his shield to roll away, and now Wukong's in a bad position. He doesn't have his ultimate, and his Bird Call is not going to be up in time. Going to go down. Now Fatal back over in the mid lane, just going to be clearing out this tower, and no one's going to contest it because Cognate and Wolven just can't deal with the damage coming out from Birdie.
There's no way they can do it. And these guys, well, yeah, it's just, well, we got this. Poccum, what the heck are you... Poccum, what are you doing? He's just off doing random things at this point in time. He was like, yeah, I want to take left back camp, but now he's come around on the backside to zone. They know that the Fire Giant has been started up. Junipera's going to go on to zoning duty as well. Poccum, eyes on Wolven, trying to do what he can, trying to take out the ward right now, but the blink in from Cognate was way too early, and now he's going to get locked down, but look at Wolven. Wolven's dead, got an Aegis, Poccum doesn't care, slaps him with a shield and kills him off.
That was actually played beautifully by Burly Men. They made sure that Winterset actually were panicked. They felt like it was a lot lower than it actually was, so they tried to go in as fast as possible, do what they can do, and then they went one in at a time. The Geb blinked in, realized that he wasn't going to be able to steal it at all, then Wolven dies in the back line. That's exactly how you should be playing a Fire Giant. If you know you can get it relatively safely, try and make it as safe as possible. We do see the Bastet going on the left-hand side, trying to do what she can. I think she's even using Cat over there, but it's not going to be enough. Cataclysm comes out, doing a little bit of damage, but nowhere near enough. Giannis Knight comes through, hits the Wukong on the side. Phoenix goes down.
Yeah, well, Cognate is still alive a little while longer. Shield Bash trying to keep on towards him. Finally managed to secure it up. Fatal's Gallant Cat that one. And they get the right Phoenix. And they get the mid Phoenix all in one fell swoop. That was a 3-on-4. They get 2 Phoenixes out of it. Make that 2 kills as well. Fatal's in a little bit of trouble, but he should be fine. The rest of the team are going to win the game up. Puckham might go down.
Not quite yet, but the time's getting low. Is it going to go down before Puckham can? And it looks like it is. Booty Call Jones is finished off by Wolven. They can't quite finish it off, except they do.
How did Puckham live?
Fire Giant. Fire Giant healing is actually way more insane than anyone thinks. It gives you so much HP 5, it's ridiculous.
How did Buckham live?
I just explained that.
I mean, yeah, but still, like, how did Buckham live?
Well, I mean, he lived to stay and lived to go another day and lived to go another round as well as they advance into the round of 16, I believe, as we have narrowed it down from the starting of 50 teams down even further. So very well done to them. Commiserations to Winterset. They did put off a very good performance, though.
I want to see some more male burly performances from the not male Junipera. She was just ballsy that game. It was really good to see her so comfortable on the Athena.
Look at her KDA. 5, 3, and 21.
What? Doing work. That's where Junie likes to be as well.
She was part of 26 kills out of 29 on the board. That is insane as a support. It's almost the perfect support. Like, I don't care if you die as a support. If you are in pretty much every single one of the kills, that is all you need.
Jesus Christ. Great job there from Junipera. Only one level off capping out as well. A lot of gold on her as well. She was actually higher at the end of that game than Fatal.
Yeah.
Come on, AD carry should be higher in gold than a support. Nope, support beats out. Great job, Junipera. Great job to all the Burning Men. But I think going forward as well for them, that's just how Junipera plays. If she can't rotate and snowball and be effective within the game, generally she struggles to have any impact at all, especially towards the mid-late stages of the game. She likes to have that big impact early. And just those couple of kills that she was able to get, 1v2... Oh, and then diving in the tower underneath, and just everything she was trying to do, that was just, it was hilarious to watch from our perspective. I hope it was hilarious to watch from your perspective, and it just does so well for her team, so great job to those guys.
Yeah, but that is it for this game. We'll be right back as soon as we can with the next game. Don't go anywhere, we will see you soon.